So we're gonna be taking off the box on this '06 Silverado 1500. It should be the same for, or pretty close to this for short bed. Long bed, just long bed has probably a few more bolts than this one, but it's pretty much the same process. The first thing you want to do is open up your gas tank and take off this bolt and this bolt and this here, and it'll release your gas cap shroud, I guess you can call it, from the bed. After you take off the push pin here and then the two Torx bolts here, this will be loose and ready to come off. And then the next thing you want to do is take your tail lights off. I already took mine off because my bolts were kind of stripped and it was a pain to take it off, but it just has a bolt here and or a screw and then another screw there, and then you just simply, here it just has two pushed in clips, and so you just take that off and then you pull your tail light out. It's just that pin there that it's held on there, and that one there. It'll be pretty hard, but you just have to give it a good yank and it'll come out. Alright, and then you just remove your light bulbs, or you could also unplug the harness under the bed and then pull the whole harness out, but for me it's just easier to do this. So then after you pull all your bulb sockets out, you slide them down through, I don't know if you can really see, through that hole there, so the harness will be out of your way. Let me do that real quick. Alright, so now the harness is down and out of the way, and the next step, this isn't a must but it makes it a lot easier, is if you remove your tailgate. So to do that, you just have to remove that there and that there, and then you just kind of lift the tailgate up. So you just kind of take the tension off the cable, you lift up on this little clip here and you push up and it comes out. So you do that on both sides, and let's see here. And on this side, let me see, on this side the cup, let me find myself on the cup here, has an opening on the bottom, so you kind of to take it out, you pretty much put your tailgate at about an angle like this, and you lift up on the passenger side, lift up, and it'll come out of there, and then you pull the whole tailgate towards the right and it'll come out on out of this socket here. So let me do that real quick and then I'll continue with the video. Before you do anything, you want to lift your truck up. I lifted it up from the differential there, and then I put a block under the frame on this side. And a jack stand under the leaf spring mount on this side, so you can go under easily and work on your truck safely. So then the next thing you want to do is come under the bed, and you will be looking, pretty much you kind of just have to stick your head under, and you have to undo all the harness from the bed. You either can pull these clips out, or, sorry, there's a bunch of mud under here. You could either just pull the whole clip out, or you could just undo it here by pushing down on that and pulling it out, and it gets undone that easy. Just pull out and push, and it'll start getting undone. And after you do that, you want to take off these bolts here. They're an 18mm socket, so there's one here, there's the second one over here, third, a fourth one here, and up by I don't know if you can see the mount here, but there's a bolt kind of behind there, and then there'll be one on the other side. So there's a total of 6 bolts, and you take them all off, and then I'll show you what to do next. You're gonna have to pull your harness through here, this spot here. So if you don't want to pull your whole harness through or all your light sockets through there, you could also unclip your sockets, your harness. They're the 2 middle clips on this board here. So this one here, and then there's another one above it. You just unclip it and you pull it out that way. And if you do this before, you could just clip it and then pull the whole harness out and pull it out together with your tail lights, if you don't decide to do it the way I did. So let me loosen up those bolts and I'll get back to you. Alright, so once you take off all the 6 bolts that I showed you, you want to take off as much stuff as possible from the bed of your truck, so it weighs less and it'll kind of be more evenly weighed. It won't have like more weight on one side than the other, and it can tip over. I'm just gonna put a chain on the tie down points on the bed, and I'm just gonna lift it up with my cherry picker. So what I'm gonna do right now is take off, or just take out that spare tire, the case, like all the stuff that I can to make it weigh less. Loosened up or taken off all the bolts you need to take off down under the bed. You probably might want to lower it and take the jack stands off or blocks off, so it's easier to move the bed around. So I'm just gonna tie a chain to that point there, this one here, that one there, and it's just gonna kind of make an X and meet in the middle, and then I'll just hook up my cherry picker to the center, to where the chain meets, lift the bed up and off. Alright, so this is what I was referring by making an X with the chain, and then I'm just gonna hook up the chain there with the cherry picker, and then I'll just lift up. So let me do that right. So it might be easier if you take your wheels off, so you can pretty much just slide your bed straight back. In my case, I have a port through sub box, so I didn't really feel like unbolting the box, so that's what I'm gonna do. I already undid the boot there, so, and there's my cherry picker hooked up. I just gotta pull it straight back and it should be off. Alright guys, so there you have it. The bed is off. The thing you probably just have to watch out mainly is those these 2 crossbars. There's 2 on each side. Oh, you can't really, you can kind of see it on that side. Those, you pretty much have to make sure they lift over the disc brake or drum brake, whatever you have. So there it is. There's my cut through for my sub box. So yeah, there you have it.